together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
Forgot to put him as put us on the screen.
Good job, Nick. I'm proud of you.
No, I was jamming away during that intro, but it is what it is. We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim, and today we've literally only got the Home Run Derby to talk about. I've already locked in 3 plays for the Home Run Derby tonight, Tim. Last night, so it's gonna be an interesting night. Grabbed all plus monies.
Kind of hard not to.
Kind of hard not to, yeah. I may add a play or two during this show, but we'll get into it. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. 1-1 right, 1-1 wrong in the world of sports betting. And wow, yesterday was one of those days that that you do this for, I think, for me. Overall, 19-6-1. It was a awesome day yesterday. 13-6-1 in baseball. Great way to head into the break. Lost with the Washington, Texas over 10 by a run. Got the Cubbies money line plus 127. The team total over 3.5. Lost with the Boston, Oakland over 9.5. Tigers first 5 cashes. They end up losing the full game. Thank you to the Tampa Bay Rays yesterday. I was way too invested in them, and they smashed. Rays first 5, Rays full game, Rays team total over, full game over. The first time I quadrupled up on a game this year, and it absolutely smashed. So I was very happy about that. Miami first 5 comes through. Milwaukee first 5 full game comes through. That was quite the barn burner in that game. 1-0 Brewers as they shut down that Reds offense, which has been so good lately. Mariners team total over, full game over does not come through. Cardinals team total over 4.5, full game over 9, both lose as well. Orioles team total over 3.5 was quite the sweat, but that comes through, and the full game over 8.5 was a winner as well. Cash the Pirates first 5 money line at plus 125, and I pushed the Mets and the Padres over 8 to end that slate. 13-6-1 up 5.63 units in the MLB yesterday. CFL game finally went my way. 3-0 up 1.80 units. BC Lions -7. They win by 16. Team total over 26.5. Cashed early in the third quarter. And the full game over 45 hit as well. So a very, very nice way to end week 5. Hopefully that's a momentum boost into week 6. And we start to turn around the CFL season. And the WNBA was strong as well. 3-1 up 0.85 units. Mercury winner. Aces team total over 92.5. They scored 119, 113.
I don't want to talk about it.
Smashed that. And the over 173.5 was easy as well. Sky was my only loser yesterday, but it is what it is. Then I'm 13-7 or 19-7-1 because I forgot to add that one to the to that one there. Yeah, 19-7-1 up 8.28 units yesterday.
Yesterday
and overall in July, 92-77-8 up 7.36 units now.
Had an absolutely massive day on the site. We went 8-8 up 0.23 units. So just absolutely massive day. Fantastic. The over in the Washington game fell short. Over in Boston fell short. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs cashed a plus 128 today or yesterday. Miami, I wish I pulled the trigger on the run line. They won 7-3. That was a minus 120. Cashed that one. Probably one of my favorite plays of the day was the Baltimore Orioles. 15-2. Cash the Orioles. Cash the over. The White Sox over was a tease. Seattle over was never there, but Seattle run line, nice little casher, plus 132. WNBA was an absolute mess yesterday. I would like to thank the Phoenix LA game to go under. That's about it. Washington +5. They were close the entire game, and then Connecticut pulled away late. I wish I grabbed the points with Indiana. I took the money line instead of the +2.5. They lost by 1. Definitely rough. Nick's super excited about Vegas, but I had Minnesota +13.5, so the 113 points did not help. That was a major loser. And then the over in the Atlanta game. Apparently, Atlanta knows how to play defense now, so that's kind of frustrating. At least you went 2-0 in your CFL, and we end up having a profitable day on the site. Overall, this month, up 7.55 units on 113 plays in July. So overall, good month. There's not going to be anything on the site today, Nick. Nothing.
Yeah.
And there'll probably be 3 things on the site tomorrow because there's 2 WNBA games and the All-Star game. So, and I think we're talking All-Star game today because today is Monday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there will be no ESB show. Taking a nice couple of days off. It's gonna be great.
Yes. It will be nice.
But let's go ahead and say hi to the chat, and then we'll go from there. Real Deal Prime with a bacon, egg, cheese, and coffee all years. Let's get it. Any soccer picks? No MLS today. Folks, what's up, Markel? So, how are you guys at poker against your mom?
I mean, yeah, that's a Tim question.
I came in second place that night, and I only lost to my mom. At least I didn't come in last place, Nick.
At least I didn't get knocked out by my mom.
Yeah, you got knocked out by me, you bum. Right? Did I knock you out, or did Ryan knock you out? I think Ryan might have knocked you out.
You
did. I did. Okay. So I knocked
out. Yeah, I
was
being stupid. I didn't really care.
I knocked out 3 people at that table. Anyways, moral of the story: do not bluff my mom. She does not fold. Does not fold hands. Do not bluff. Anyways, good morning, ESB. Not as much action today. No, I'll have 2 bets today. And there'll be 2 players to win the home run derby. And I might have some to win rounds and stuff at plus money. Hit a 2-team parlay, Marlins and the Mariners. Nice. And Markel thinks me losing to my mom in poker is hilarious. Which it is.
It is.
So let's go ahead and jump into it. Home run derby is tonight, Nick.
Yeah. And we will get into the matchups here. And that's kind of how we're going to cap it because I got all the matchups typed up. And then we will talk about if we're looking at any futures to make the finals, to win the home run derby. I've already locked in one matchup bet. I did take the over 168.5 home runs at plus 120 tonight.
I was kind of looking at the under, but I just think it's not going to be good results, or it's not going to be good hitting weather in Seattle. It normally isn't.
You know what? Let's see if Ballpark Pal can help us out at all. Nope. No Ballpark Pal apparently for the home run derby today. It is what it is. But we'll start off with the 1 versus 8 here, Tim. Luis Robert and Adley Rutschman. Rutschman's a fun little story here. And Robert's silently, other than Shohei Ohtani, leading in the MLB in home runs, which is kind of crazy so far this year, how silent he's been.
It's because he's on the White Sox.
Because he's on the White Sox, yeah. He's currently, why is he the number 1 seed? He has 26 home runs. He's tied with Alonso and Mookie Betts. He's he's tied with them. And Shohei Ohtani and Matt Olson are 1 and 2, actually.
And they're not in the home run derby, so he's
they're not in the home run derby. So I know this is chalk, but I would look towards Luis Robert. Obviously, I'm not laying 220, but I would maybe look at maybe parlaying him and Pete Alonso if your book allows you to parlay first round winners. Because I kind of like the dogs in the other 2 matchups. But this is obviously not something I'm probably going to bet. Laying 220 is not something of interest, and I really don't think Adley Rutschman wins this matchup. But I know Adley Rutschman's a very trendy pick here. A lot of people really like him as the long shot. I see it. That's just me, though.
A trendy pick. Please stop calling him a trendy pick.
He is a trendy long shot pick. Long shot pick.
No,
but I think Luis Robert wins this matchup. but I'm not laying 220 on it.
Rushman's not the trendy pick. In terms of long shots, in terms of the ones that are 10 to 1 or more, I've seen a lot more people on Mookie Betts. And I've seen more people on Rosarena. So, no, I don't think that Rushman is the I don't think he's the public dog tonight. I like Rutschman to win this round, plus 165. And I'll get into more Rutschman. Actually, I'm going to put that into my scroller to win round 1 at plus 165. No, I like Rutschman in this matchup, and you'll find out soon that I like Rutschman a lot throughout this entire home run derby.
That's fair. We'll head back to the chat, and then we'll talk about Adolis Garcia and Randy Rosarena, which is what I think is a really tough matchup. Joshua Thomas saying Luis Robert plus 400. It's not a bad pick. Damn, I have to find something to bet today. I love to bet. Yep. Seattle, I could see an under. I don't know. Seattle's not terrible hitting weather. Your mom knows when you're bluffing, you can't fool her, Tim.
No. She calls everything. She called every single hand. There is no. I could have had something or not had something. Anyways.
The bigger guy, Vladdy, overcomes the smaller man, Mookie. I disagree, and I think we're getting a really nice price to back Mookie Betts. We'll move on. Adolis Garcia and Randy Rosarena. Adolis Garcia was around like a minus 135, minus 140. Now he's up to 160. It's plus 130 the other way with Randy. And the more and more I look at it, when I did my free pick video last night, I did say I like Adolis Garcia to go far. But at this price, I want to take a little bit of Randy Rosarena round 1. In this one at plus 130. When we look at Randy, he's a showman. Obviously, yeah. So far this year, Randy Rosarena. Where is Randy? As for home runs, Rose. All right, they're not showing me Randy Rosarena for whatever reason on here for home run leaders. But on the flip side, Adolis Garcia has got 23. He's silently having a really strong year in Texas.
Not silently.
I know he's an all-star and all that fun jazz. I like a little bit of Randy here at plus 130. I think that this is a nice little underdog pick. I like 2 dogs and 2 favorites for the first round. This is one of the dogs I like, and I think I'm going to end up moving here on Randy Rosarena plus 130 to win the first round here in this one. I like that the lines just moved enough I think the lines moved enough for me to go ahead and take a stab at this. So I'm going to grab Randy Rosarena plus 130 to win this first round.
Got to keep in mind with some of these, the favorite or the guy who goes second is going to have the big advantage because he's going to know what he needs to. So that's why there's a little bit more minus money for those types of guys.
Yep.
I kind of lean Adolis Garcia, but I'm not laying minus 160. At the end of the day, this one's the 3-6?
This is the 4-5.
Is it a 4-5? So the winner would face Rutschman? Or
winner face Robert, yeah.
Or Rutschman. I'm not going to go after anything in this one because I would lean towards Garcia. But you can't really take him on the spread because he's only got to win by 1. So, unfortunately, there's no what do you call it? Can you get a? Oh, you can. Oh, you can go longest home run.
Yes.
I want to take Adolis Garcia over 465.5 feet. And actually, I want to most home runs round 1, most home runs in the Derby. There's a lot that can happen here. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of degenerate shit. Oh boy.
Reel it in.
Sorry. I want to go Adolis Garcia under. No. Well, actually, Nick, if you like Randy Rosarena, you can get Adolis Garcia under 35.5 home runs for the entire event.
The entire event? I kind of lean that way. Yeah.
I want to take Mookie Betts over 22.5.
I like that look. I like that look a lot.
And I want to take Robert under 38.5.
That's an interesting one. I would lean over just because I think he
You
does
want
too
to, you know
much.
what some of the degenerate shit there is on here? Will the player hit a home run on his first swing?
I saw that. You can get some nice plus money on those.
Hear me out. Bet all yes. You hit 4 out of 4. You hit the 4 out of 8, and you're up money. I want to bet all of them yes, home run first swing.
It's not a bad look.
I'm gonna. Oh boy. But for this one, if I'm going after anything, Adolis Garcia over 465-foot home run. But other than that, I'm not really interested in going after anything in this matchup.
Fair. Nathan saying Rosarania as a power hitter. Yeah, I wouldn't talk you guys off of taking a shot here, and I think I'm probably going to do that. Take a shot with plus 1,000 for Randy Rosarania to win the home run derby tonight, and maybe just take a shot with him to make the final, something like that.
Real quick, Nick, you're over 168.5. That's home runs in round 1.
That is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right.
Pete Alonso minus 180 against Julio Rodriguez in this matchup here. These two had a really fun matchup last year. Julio outdid him last year
by a lot.
The previous 2 years though, Pete Alonso won the whole thing, and I think he wins 3 out of 4. This is my winner right here, Pete Alonso. Maybe it's a biased homer pick, but I got him at plus 275 to win the whole thing. And I don't know if I'll sprinkle plus 150 for him to make the finals, even though I think there's a really clear path for him to make the finals, because I don't think Mookie Betts or Vladimir Guerrero Jr. makes it past the second round. But I do like Pete here to go ahead, grab his third title. Minus 180 in the first round, though, is entirely too much for me to lay. If BetOnline let me parlay, I would probably tie him with Luis Robert the first round. But minus 280 is too much for me. But I do lean towards Alonso here in this spot, even at this price. But there's not really too much I want to go after.
I'm getting a couple of props for Alonso, and I'm going to have a lot of stuff for him tonight. He wouldn't be most home runs in round 1 because that would require Julio.
I think Julio puts up a big number, so I can see that.
Do you know who's the best odds for the most home runs in round 1?
Who?
Vladdy.
Yeah, makes sense. He has to put up a big number because he's the 6th seed.
But the thing is, I was looking at it. Players to hit most home runs. I don't want to take Alonso to hit the most home runs.
No, because he hit second.
Well, that and most likely, if you've hit the most home runs, you're probably actually not going to be winning the entire thing.
Yeah.
Because we saw that the other year. We saw that last time where I think Julio against Alonso hit like 27 or something like that and was completely done when he got to the finals, and that's why Soto won it last year.
Yeah.
But I will take Alonso over 473.5 feet home run at minus 115. I will take Alonso longest home run, and that one is plus 325. And then where's his over prop? Alonso to hit a home run on his first swings plus 120.
It's not bad.
Alonso over home runs is 42.5. And all those are minus the two props are minus 115s, and then longest home runs plus 375. 325.
All right.
And I also have Alonso to win it all.
Yeah. Craig Wood saying Julio is the trendy favorite. Hometown crowd is a lot of pressure. And yeah, unless your name is Bryce Harper, you haven't done anything in the last 7 years in the home run derby.
Yeah.
So, and when you're the hometown guy. Well, to move us on to the last one here, this one is interesting. I see Vladdy as a very trendy pick to win the whole thing, which I understand. The guy has a lot of power and all that fun jazz. He's minus 210 against Mookie Betts. I took a shot with plus 175 on Mookie Betts to win this round. He gets the hit last, so he knows exactly what he has to do. He has that advantage of being the last hitter, and he's plus 175. I'm going to take a shot on that, and I get it. Vladdy can easily come out here and put out 30 in the first round, and then Mookie is screwed. But with that being said, why not take a shot with Mookie at plus 175? I mean, he's having one of the better careers or better years he's had in a while. And I just think this line is way too wide. So I took a shot here. It's one of the two bets I've made for first round bets. I got Randy Arozarena, and I got Mookie Betts here. And if he was on the opposite side, I would take a stab at Mookie Betts to make the finals. But for me, I'm taking Mookie here, plus 175 in the first round.
Yeah, I'm on the same thing. And that's one of my things I have in here is Mookie to win round one. That's plus 160 on Bovada. Vladdy's got the experience, but when it comes to it, and if this is all saying that Vladdy doesn't go crazy. By the way, in terms of longest home run, Vladdy's has the highest longest home run, 480.5 feet. I'll take that one under. I don't like the matchup for him. I think Mookie Betts. This is Mookie Betts' first home run derby. The only players that have been in home run derbies is Alonso, Vladdy, and Julio. And Alonso's faced both of them. And beat. No, he didn't beat Julio. But I don't like Vladdy in this matchup. I can get plus money for a guy going second. I'll take Mookie Betts.
Yeah, I really like that matchup there. So well, I don't know if I'm going to be betting any more of these. I do have my bet for the winner already, but we're going to touch on real quick to make the finals and to win the finals. Nathan saying perfect parlay piece I've ever seen one. Alonso minus 180, and Mookie twice over Vladdy twice over Mookie. I don't see it. I was thumbing to bet the winner. I really don't know many of these guys, so I'm going of you guys. Okay, gotcha. And we'll look at to make the finals real quick. Alonso, these are bet online numbers are plus 150, plus 175 for Luis Robert, plus 220 for Vladdy Guerrero Jr., plus 225 for Adolis Garcia, plus 265 for Julio, plus 300 for Randy Arozarena, plus 475 for Mookie Betts, plus 500 for Adley Rutschman. If I'm looking at value-wise, my eyes immediately go to Randy here at $3 to make the finals here. He gets Adolis Garcia in the first round, which I think is going to be a fun back-and-forth matchup. And then he'll get either Luis Robert or Adley Rutschman in the second round, which I think he's very capable of being able to beat either of those. So I immediately look towards Randy Arozarena here at plus 300 to make the finals. Obviously, Pete Alonso plus 150. I think he beats Julio in the first round, and he takes care of business with whoever in the second round, whether that be Mookie Betts or Vladdy Guerrero Jr. I think that he takes care of business against either one of them. So I'll plus 150 for Pete. It's not something I'm betting because I already got him to win the whole thing. But I'm looking at I would look at if I was betting any of them, which I'm not. I think I'm just going to stick with my one bet on to win the home run derby. But I'm looking towards Randy here at plus 300.
Here, I'll bring it up because it kind of works with it. Here is my obviously I'm going to have the Alonso props. Alonso over feet, Alonso longest home run, Alonso over. I'm also going to go Rutschman to win round one, Betts to win round one. Those are plus money. To win the home run derby, Alonso at 325. And yes, Rutschman 18-1. And then small sprinkles, absolute small sprinkles on those exact matchups. Alonso to beat Rutschman 22-1. And then Rutschman to beat Alonso 45-1. If it comes to it, I'm going to have money on this stuff. I will be rooting for Rutschman over Alonso. To hit an 18-1 and a 45-1 over a 325 and a 2200. I would 100% root for Rutschman. But this is I know I'm taking the long shot here, but this is a home run derby. Anything can happen. We've seen rookies go far. We've seen players that you don't expect to go far. So I'm going to run with it. Those are going to be my main bets, and I'm going to have my Alonso props. I'm going to bet every single player to hit a home run on their first swing.
There you go.
I'm going to do that as well, so I'll run with that.
Yep. And to win the home run derby, once again, these are bet online numbers. Pete Alonso plus 285, Julio plus 350, Vladdy 4-1, Robert 550, Garcia 6-1, Arozarena 10-1, Betts 10-1, Rushman 20-1. If I'm looking at betting any of these props, I'll look at Randy once again at 10-1 or 6-1 for Adolis Garcia. If I'm looking to take a long shot, I'm being a biased homer piece of crap tonight, though, and I took Pete Alonso plus 285. I got him at plus 275 last night, so I didn't get the best of price here for them. But I think Pete Alonso wins the whole thing again. And these are just normal, nothing crazy type of bets. So don't go crazy tonight. This is just the home run derby. But I am on Pete Alonso plus 275 to win the whole thing.
Did we want to look at the All-Star game?
We can. I could type that up when you break down the last part here.
What's the last part?
If you already broke down all your stuff. Never mind.
Yeah.
Let me grab the opening odds
just
here.
because we're not doing a show tomorrow.
Yep.
Although we'll have a free pick video out on the All-Star game. One of us will do it. But that's probably Nick's video tonight. While I do a WNBA. But All-Star game. Do we know that we don't know the starters yet though, right?
We do. Do we know the starting pitching? I don't know.
I don't think we do.
All-Star game starting pitchers. Valdez says he wouldn't pitch in the All-Star game if he's not the AL starter. That's why he opted out of it. I don't know who they go with. Probably Garrett Cole.
I would for the
Shohei's not pitching. Garrett Cole's not pitching. Shohei's not pitching. Valdez is not pitching. McClanahan's hurt.
It's got to be Michael Lorenzen.
Yeah, right. Now it's probably Garrett Cole and what?
Zach Allen?
Maybe.
Justin Steele?
That could be interesting. Well, let's get into it. Now, these are early numbers, so keep that in mind. American League minus 110 with a total of 7.5 in this game. I'm probably not going to have a bet on this yet. I'm probably going to bet this later when I actually have numbers on it. Line opened up at a minus. Let me grab that. Let me grab the DraftKings numbers because they've had it around the longest. If I can find that, there we go. Line opened up on DK at the American League as minus 130 favorites. It's down to a 120. Line opened up at minus 110 to the over 7.5. It's actually down to a minus one or an even money. Looking at the early money on this one here, we have 50% of the tickets on the National League, but 63% of the cash on the American League. The lines moved towards the National League, though, so the bigger bets coming out on the American League, and the books not particularly caring at the moment. This is still well over 24 hours in advance, and we'll get a better idea tonight when I do my free pick video. 21% of the tickets, 96% of the cash is on the under. The lines move towards the under, though. My initial lean is towards the National League and towards the under on this one. I want to dive a little bit deeper into this later, though. I have not placed a bet on this game, but it's probably going to be, and I may just go National League first 5 full game and move on in this spot. So I'm leaning towards the National League in this spot.
Yeah. You just look at it. Well, you get the Atlanta Braves versus the Texas Rangers here. Oh, sorry. NL versus AL. Sorry, I got confused. There's so many of the Braves on that National League team. I know it might sound like a salty Mets fan. I think there should be a limit to how many players each team gets, because having 8 players on one team is ridiculous. Anyways, I do think the National League has the better team right now. You look up and down the starters alone for the NL. Murphy, second best catcher in baseball right now. I might be a biased piece of crap when I say that Francisco Alvarez is playing like the best catcher in baseball. But Freddie Freeman, he's been consistent for years. Luis Ariz, who's still batting like 389. Nolan Arenado's been pretty good. Your weak spot is Orlando Arcia, which I don't think deserved to be the starter, but that is what it is.
He wouldn't be in the All-Star game if it wasn't for voting.
Yeah. Acuna has been the MVP by far. Mookie Betts has been second place MVP by close. And Corbin Carroll is probably the third MVP in the National League, to be honest. And then JD Martinez is having a really good year. I think that lineup overall is better than what the American League is throwing out there. And I like to mention Craig Wood saying American League is really banged up, and the Rangers players are not in the same early season form. If I'm betting it, he would take the National League. That's what I was looking at. Jonah Heim, starter. Cool. I don't think he deserved to be starter, but I like my boy Rutschman. I thought he should have been the starter, but that it is what it is. Jonah Heim's not looking as good. Yandy Diaz is good, and I think that Vladdy should have been the starter, but Vladdy's not even having the best of years either. I think that's a weak position. Marcus Semien deserves it. Josh Jung, it's got to be Jose Ramirez, right? I know Josh Jung, a good story. It's got to be Jose Ramirez. That one's a mistake. Corey Seager at shortstop deserves it. Mike Trout is not playing in this game. I think he's getting replaced by Kyle Tucker. And then, Adolis Garcia is starting, and Austin Haynes is starting for the American League in exchange for Trout and Judge. That's a big decline. Randy Arozarena, and then Shohei is DHing. I just think overall, top to bottom, this National League is better than the American League in terms of their batting. And then in terms of their pitching, I don't think pitching is going to matter all that much because I like the National League. I'm also going to go over the 7.5. I'm expecting some runs because I look up and down the pitching. Ohtani's not going to pitch. Cole might start, but he's been hit lately. Yeah. Castillo, he's been hit. Sonny Gray may have a good inning. Eovaldi's been solid. Gossman's been solid. And then you look at it. No Valdez. No McClanahan. Your Lorenzen's going to pitch in this one? Come on. George Kirby. I love George Kirby.
He's very inconsistent.
He's very consistent. Pablo Lopez, same deal. And Jordan Romano is an actual player in this game. And then relievers include Jensen, Clase, Batista, Cano, and Estevez. By the way, I love that Felix Bautista and Yanner Cano made the game. I think that's fantastic. That bullpen's solid, but I still think runs get scored. And you look at the National League side, Zach Gallen, solid. He's probably going to be the starter because Strider and Edler are not pitching in the game. Justin Steele could also be another one of the starters, but it's only going to be one of those two. I don't see any other pitcher starting this game. Mitch Keller, he's been fantastic, but he's been hit a little bit lately. Josiah Gray, he's an all-star because the Nationals needed an all-star. Although I think Lane Thomas got gypped out of the all-star spot, but it is what it is. Kershaw, not in game. Stroman, not in game. And then you got Senga. Cobb's not going to be pitching in the game. He's a replacement, but he pitched on Sunday, so he can't pitch in this one. And then Corbin Burns, who's been hit lately. I see a higher scoring game. Oh, by the way, bullpen for the National League. Alexi Diaz, Josh Hader, Devin Williams, who's not going to be pitching, Camilo Doval, David Bednar, and Craig Krimble. Overall, I just think the National League's got the better team. So I'm going to go National League, and I like the offense in this one. Give me the over.
Yep, and spoiler alert to anybody watching the free pick video tonight, I just bet the game. I'm on the National League first 5 at -105. I'm on the National League full game -102. I'm going to double up here in this spot with the National League. And
if that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and load it up on the site for National League money line.
Oh, we can put the All-Star game up on the site?
Negative. Never mind. What? We were able to do that last year.
We were?
Yeah, we put up the National League in the under last year.
Huh.
All right, whatever.
All right, so yeah, I'm on the National League first game. Yep.
But no shows the next 3 days, guys. No shows the next 3 days. We'll be back on Friday.
We'll be back on Friday because there's really nothing else to break down. We just did the All-Star game. Any other games, we're going to do free pick videos on. Follow me on Twitter. I post all my plays on Twitter, so if I bet any WNBA games, And then there's a CFL game on Thursday. I'll do a free pick video for that and things along those lines. So yeah, no video or no there will be videos still throughout the week, but there's not going to be a live show for the next few days. We're taking an all-star break on ESB here. And we will be back on Friday. This is going to feel weird, Tim. We get 3 days off. What the hell am I supposed to do?
Feel nice. You know what? Tomorrow, I'm sleeping in until 1 o'clock. Let's do it.
All right. But that is everything. That means it's time for
housekeeping.
My computer wasn't plugged in. It's almost about to die. 1 second.
Oh, you are an absolute professional at this here, Tim.
You know what? I plugged everything else in except for my computer. Anyways, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, merch, TikTok, ESP Shorts, and the allsportsbets.com website. It's all linked down below. There's no balling out, and there's not going to be a balling out until Friday. Take that. No, I'm kidding. There might be a WNBA one coming up in a couple of days, but SeatGeek. I mean, there's not really any sporting events going on besides the All-Star game. If you want to go to the All-Star game, get your tickets on SeatGeek. ESP at checkout, $20 off your first purchase. Yeah, concerts as well. But guys, enjoy the little break that we're gonna have. All of our, I'll put, me and Nick will both post all. We're not going to recap. Well, we'll post all of our home run derby stuff up on Twitter. So make sure you guys check out our Twitters, and we'll be back tomorrow. Morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Untouchable. Weak American League pitching at the back end. Correct. Leaning towards the over only because the total is so low for the All-Star game. Yes, it's like a 7 or 7.5. Why do y'all like the NL so much? The NL has a lot better of a roster. You just look up and down that roster, and the NL is better and less injuries on the NL side. Not even a balling out with soccer and NBA and W. Ooh, maybe I might do a soccer one for the MLS slate on Wednesday. So I might do one for that. We'll see. But that's going to pretty much do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll see you guys on Friday. Enjoy the couple days off of not seeing our faces, except for I'm going to have to do bet, win, repeat tomorrow. Anyways, we'll see you guys Friday for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Bye-bye.